Hi and welcome. So today what we're going to do with this Qigong set, okay, this Qigong prescription if you like, is the aim of it is to modulate the nervous system or to regulate heightened stress responses. So we want to promote a sense of safety to the limbic system in order to bring down that heightened arousal stress response, reaction, anxiety, etc., and go into, hopefully modulate the nervous system to go into rest and digest, okay, so a more receptive state, and to alleviate stress. We promote neuroplastic changes such as going from flight and fight to rest and digest. We promote that change when we have neuroplastic malleability, and we change our neuroplastic malleability by doing repetition, behavior and habit in our environment. So a Qigong practice targets those specifically if we do it on a daily basis and we do multiple repetitions. So today we're going to open up, as I do with every Qigong practice, with it's called the gong. We do that, we concentrate on our posture, the Wu-Ji posture, which is very well known in martial arts. And yeah, we hope to, with neurological processing of postural alignment, that it becomes functional and restorative for you. So let's start. Okay, so we're going to do the gong in, which is a way of respect and reverence to the tradition. And I've had several Qigong teachers in my time, and they're all very traditional, so we gong in. Okay, so the first thing we do is we have an acupuncture point here called He-Gu. It's large intestine 4. Don't worry too much about where it is, you just know it's in between the thumb and the first finger, okay? So we put it on the side of our thigh, just naturally, and we roll it back, so we're rolling back towards the little fingers, okay? And then we rest our hands on top of each other with our thumbs touching in front of the dantian. That dantian just below your belly button, and that's our physical reserves, if you like, our storage place of energy. Okay, so how we align in the 9 gates. Okay, so what we do, the 9 gates are energy pooling, if you like, in the body. And what the traditional Chinese medicine and martial arts believe is if you have flow of the qi and the blood in the body, and there's no sort of slumping or where things can accumulate and become toxic, or for example, and when I say toxic, I mean like mentally toxic. You know, the body postures that we assume with the likes of stress or anxiety can be clenched back, fists clenched, jaw clenched, and often people will lean back on their heels. They may not know this, but it's when we're in rest and digest, we tend to be more relaxed in the pelvis, and we are relaxed in the shoulders, for example, and our chin is back. So I'm just going to walk you through quickly the Wu-Ji posture, which we always want to be in a state of, if possible, so we have flow and resume central nervous system regulation, okay, that will benefit us in a positive way. So the Wu-Ji standing posture is we have our feet shoulder width apart, and we've got even weight on both of them. It's really important, especially in this Qigong form that we're going to do today, that you're aware of the front of your feet, the body. So if you just underneath your feet, the belly of the front of your foot, there's a point called Yongchuan, which is kidney 1. So if I want you to just be conscious of that point, so just roll forward, don't be on your heels so much with the weight, just be conscious to roll forward a little bit, because it connects you deeply into the earth or the yin of the environment. And it's really important to be rooted in the ground, rooted into safe structure. Okay, and so with this, talking about that, the opposite is there's an acupuncture point on the top of the head called Bahui, and that connects us to heaven or connects us to the sky, if that's a word that you'd prefer to use than heaven. I don't mind, it's not relevant, it's just what works for you. And we want to have an elongated spine, okay, so like a bungee jump, like a bungee cord, so something with elastic. So we don't want to be bolt upright, you know, like we don't I don't want a spine of steel. I want nice elongated so it's bouncy. And then with that, what we do is we tilt the pelvis slightly forward, which we're not really used to with posture. We're always told to put our shoulders back and in a way our tummy in. But with this, just tilt it forward slightly so you've got an elongated spine that's more straight than curved, if you like. And also on that note, if you can, put your chin back. Be mindful of that because sometimes we jut forward. So chin back. So pelvis tilted forward, rolled forward. Knees nice and bouncy like they're on bungee. Ankles relaxed, evenly spaced. Shoulder width apart feet. Chin back and connected to heaven or the sky. Okay? And that's how we start with that. And what we do is we, at the start of the practice and the end, is you probably can't see me too clearly and I apologise for that, but in this posture that I've just explained, also if you could imagine the space for hard-boiled eggs, if you like, under your armpits, they're open and your hands are slightly open, tilted forward, elongated spine, top of the head back way connected to the sky. Few deep breaths. That's wonderful. And if you can, it's not important straight off the bat, but if you can, when taking some nice breaths in this position, if you could take your abdo muscles in when you do the out breath, which is kind of the opposite what we normally do, and then when you relax, let your abdo muscles relax to breathe in the good chi and energy. So if you do a few breaths in this position, take your abdo muscles in ever so gently to push out the breath, and then allow yourself to fill up like a balloon, if you like, naturally. Okay, so what we do in this position, we put our knees together ever so slightly and then knees apart, and then our elbows together ever so slightly and then apart, and our shoulders together ever so slightly and then apart. Chin in, tongue at the roof of the mouth at all times, if possible, please. So the tongue at the roof of the mouth is really important, and we do that for most of the practice. Sometimes we breathe out of our mouth and we can't, but if you can be mindful throughout a Qigong practice, tongue at the roof of the mouth connects the microcosmic orbit, which is 2 major meridians that run through the body. And what we do as well when we connect that, so we put the tongue at the roof of the mouth and we draw up the pelvic floor muscles and relax, and then clench the buttock muscles and then relax. So that is seen as connecting the microcosmic orbit. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you don't get it all at once. It's a lot to take in. So, but it's a good start if we've started that. So we've gonged in and we've started that. And what we're going to do is, I just want to bring in something from the Dao Yin system to start with. It's a very simple move, but it's quite nice to know this very simple move when you get very stressed, or you want to do it as a standalone without all the other moves that we're going to do today, or you can't sleep at night or something like this. You could do this very simple move and it wouldn't be much trouble at all. So what you do is, females, you put your right hand on your actual belly button and then you put your left hand on top. Males, it's the reverse. The left hand goes onto the body with the right hand on top. There is actually an acupuncture point called Lao Gong here on the soft side of the palm. I want you just, if you can, be mindful that you're going to, the hand that you put on your body, on your belly button or your umbilicus, is you match Lao Gong on Lao Gong, okay? That's it. And what we do is we're dispersing any perverse chi or stress that we don't want in our whole organ system and meridians, if you like, and then we're going to tonify the energy to clear it. So what we do in the Dao Yin system is we go anti-clockwise first, and we're going to go 27 times. Now your rate of going 27 times will be different to mine, or someone else that's practicing. You just do what you need to do, okay, and just pause it if I'm going too fast. So what we do, how we know we're going anti-clockwise, is we go from the umbilicus, we go up, right, bottom, left. that's what you do on your side. So don't copy me, because we're not, we're in a mirror reflection, aren't we? So we go up, and then right, and then bottom left. So that's one circle. Now in this, you can do it outside of your clothes, or you could actually do it on your actual physical body. Either's fine. My Qigong teachers tell me that either way it works, okay? So that's all we mind, isn't it? Is that we just want a result. So I'm going to do it outside of my body for the simple fact of the mic. So if we start off, and then what we do is we go in ever increasing circles 27 times, okay? And what we do is we gently move from the waist. That's what's moving, okay, if there's any movement. And then we go in ever decreasing circles 27 times. So I'm just going to do it relatively quickly for the sake of the recording, and then you could always pause it and do it. And then what we're doing is we're breaking up. I'm not even going to count, I'm just going to talk. We're breaking up our perverse chi in the body that we don't need, any stagnation, toxic emotions, mental stresses, stored energy that's been in our body for a long time that doesn't serve us. So that's the purpose of this. And you go as big as you want. You could pick up, right up to below the throat and the chest cavity. So you do what you need to do to whatever feels comfortable for you. And I'm going to imagine I'm doing 27 times. So let's say I've gone 27 times. You get to the top, and then of course you go, we're going to go ever decreasing circles 27 times. So then we would go to the left, so the left of your body. And then you just follow at your own pace. And it is actually deeply relaxing, I have to say. And you can let your mind drift. You can just focus on your breathing. And one of my mentors is a neuroscientist, and he said that even counting the 27 times is relaxing to the brain, because it can stop us thinking about triggers, which I think is quite a good point, really. And then imagining 27 times going smaller and smaller and smaller, and then just rest on the umbilicus, and then sink down to the dantian. Okay, and now we're ready to start. So the first movement I want to do today is one called Sage Presents the Peach. It's a modified version from the Shirbashir system. Different teachers modify different moves, so you might see it on the internet done slightly different. The reason I chose this one today is that it's highly recommended for targeting the vagus nerve. So the vagus nerve sometimes needs modulating or regulating, doesn't it? So what we're going to do is we want to bring calm to the limbic system and that cranial nerve. So that's what I've chosen in the moves today. So Sage Presents the Peach. Okay, there's a few things to take on board with this move. The first one is, let's just do the feet first. So the Shirbashir system is a great system, actually. So let's start with the feet first. Now, you can't see my feet, but there's not much to see. So if you can, have your both feet on the ground, but lean all your weight, but keep them on the ground, both feet, on your right front of your foot. Then lean back on the right heel, all the weight on the right heel, but both feet still on the ground. Then move over to the left heel, and then put all your weight on the front belly of your left foot. Now come back to your left heel, over to the right heel, up to the right belly of the foot, back. One more time. So we're on the right heel, we're going over, all the weight is transferred onto the left heel, and then we go to the front of the left foot, and then back to the left heel, then we go to the right heel, and now we're going to put go to the right belly of the right foot, and now we're going to add the hands in. So keep all your weight on the right belly of the foot. Now we're going to add the hands, and we're going to present a peach. Sage Presents the Peach, it's called. So so all your weight is on your right belly of your foot, and then we're going to breathe out, and we're going to pass with our left hand as if we're passing something precious to somebody. And then we come back on our heel, and when we're at the heel, the right heel going over to the left, we cross our hands and we go to the left belly of the front foot, and our right hand goes out in front. Okay, so it's a little bit complicated at the start. Well, it was for me, it might not be for you. So we're going back on the left heel, right heel, front foot, left hand. Right heel, left belly of the foot, right hand. So when you get into it, what you can do is just practice the footwork. Okay, just practice the footwork. It's all okay. So it's 4 spaces, isn't it? I mean, it's easier than salsa, and I couldn't do salsa, but just practice the footwork, because you're connecting to the earth. And what's really important is that we feel very rooted and connected to a strong environment, a strong physical environment, when we're in a stressful state, heightened stress response. So the important bit is the footwork. When you can, add the opposite hand to cross the body and give something precious to somebody in your mind. Okay? That's all you've really got to do. Don't worry about the hands initially. Just when you can, add that in. Now this move is really good for calming. Again, because you have to, when you're learning it especially, there's not much else to think about than just coordinating the moves. But it's particularly good for insomnia, for heightened stress response, and yeah, so anything that's anxiety, anything that's really needs calm. Okay, so it does impact the vagus nerve. Okay, so that one is that one. What I would suggest with that is that you would probably do that 50 times, okay? And that would be every day. And you can use that again, like the massage one, you can use that as a standalone move, okay? So if you get stressed or you need to regulate your breath, it's a very good one for just implementing in your day. Right, so the next move we're going to do from the Shur system is Embrace the Mountain. Now, this one is also really targeted on the front. You keep both feet evenly weighted, but I want you to be very mindful that I want you in the front of your feet. So we want to really engage the kidney 1 point in the belly of your foot, okay? So this one is, we draw up in front of the body, breathing in, and then we breathe even more. As much as you can, breathe in. And then what I want you to do, okay, is I want you to breathe out, but I don't want you to deflate all of your energy that you've just breathed in. So keep a little bit for yourself. So when we breathe in, we have a nice big breath, then we have even more of a big breath, and then we start packing the chi. This is called packing the chi, and we pack it back into the dantian. The dantian is our seat of physical power, our seat of strength and balance in the world. So when we have strong energy in our dantian, that's when we can, turn up and show up for ourselves. So that's what we want, okay? We want to be nice and rooted in the ground. We want to have good physical reserves and resilience. So this move is, again, you can do it as a standalone move. Now, the footwork with this, okay, so the first thing I suppose is, let's do it again. So we breathe in through our nose, and then we keep breathing in. Now take in as much as you can. I don't want you to get dizzy, and I don't want you to lose, I need you to do enough gas exchange that you're not dizzy. You hold some of it, but don't hold your breath if you like. So say that's, I don't know, you took in, say, a cup full. What I want you to save for yourself is like a quarter. Like get rid of the out breath, but save a quarter. And every time of a cup, every time you get back to here, pack the energy back in, okay? And then down. Now, what we're doing with this, we add some footwork in, okay? So when we breathe in, we actually lean forward. We lean forward on those kidney points. So it's evenly weighted, but we go to the front of the foot. So the heels become empty, but not off the ground, okay? So this is what it looks like side on. leaning forward, and then we go back to evenly weighted feet when we want to pack the chi into our dantian. Okay, so we go forward and pack the chi. So sorry, as soon as we inhale, we go forward. And even if you can, while you're doing this, breathe through your hands. We don't have to just focus on breathing through our nose to pack the chi. You can breathe through your hands, the pores of your skin. Just take in the prana, what they call, chi. Take it all in, feed yourself, nourish yourself, pack it into the dantian. So we do this a few times so you can see what it looks like front on. Wonderful. Now that move there is, again, standalone. Do it as often as you need to during the day, and it does actually invigorate you as well. So I wouldn't do that move, for example, if I had insomnia. I would do the Sage Presents the Peach, or the next move I'm doing, but it's really good if you feel fatigued. That move just makes you feel so much more alive and engaged. And again, it's really important because it connects you to something greater than yourself, which is really important when we need to regulate the stress response. And it gives us available energy to pack into our bodies for resilience and health. Okay, so the last move that I want to do today is called Nature's Fragrant Drifts from the Stream. It's a very long name, from the Shirbashir system. So I'm going to teach it in the sort of like the more traditional way, and then I've got a different variation of that move. So what we do here, again, we're engaging kidney 1, so a lot of emphasis please on the front of your feet. You can keep a little bit of weight on the heel, but just a little bit more pressure on the front. Okay, now what we're doing here is we're imagining the yin of the earth, the power of the earth, the energy of the earth supporting us. We breathe in, we get up to the top of the lip, and we turn over, and then we breathe it down. Now what we do when we breathe down, like Embrace the Mountain, we don't give all the breath out. We don't give all the energy back out. We keep some for ourselves. And this move here is packing the energy into the dantian. So we breathe in through our feet, the soles of our feet and our lungs. We take the energy from the earth, we connect it to heaven, and then we go down and we keep some for ourselves. We pack in the energy. But also this move is brilliant because it also, from what we've done, from the dispersing and the collecting energy and the other moves, what it does is it grabs all the excess energy around our body in a Qigong martial art application way, and it packs it back in. So any sort of extra energy that we can store away, this is what this move does. So it's a nice one to close on. It's also deeply relaxing. So if you get stressed or upset or you can't sleep, it's a nice one to try and calm down. So we go in, breathe in as we go up, we turn at the lip and we go down, packing the chi back into our dantian. So we up from the earth is giving us the energy, and then we pack it down in. And we can do this 50 times in a daily practice. Really good to contain our energy, but store it. We're not giving it away. And so I've got a great mentor who's a neuroscientist, and he is, apart from fantastic, he modifies this move. So I just want to tell you his version of it. So what he does is he says, take it in, like I said, roll onto the front of your feet, take in the energy of the earth that's here to nourish you and sustain you and give you strength, and then we turn it into face washing. So we actually touch the face, okay? We touch all of the back of the head, because we're engaging the vagus nerve. It runs, through the cranium, and we go down the side of the neck like that, okay? And then we go back to pack it into the dantian. So let's do that again. Up, and then face washing, and we engage all of the back of the cranium, and then we roll our hands down the side under our chin, down our neck, picking up the vagus nerve and packing the chi. So this is very relaxing when we're really upset or stressed, okay? And it really does regulate the stress response. So just in your own time and your own breath, just engage, really engage. Touch down here and pack the chi. So that there, okay, as a standalone move to regulate nervous system, I'd say 50 to 100 times. You could literally just do that. Please remember to engage kidney 1. You'll get more out of the move. So you tilt forward, you imagine, if you want to, imagine the earth rising up the energy and you know, regulating you. And then you go back and pack the chi, pack the chi, pack the chi, okay? And of course, touching that is going to really physically have a regulating effect on your nervous system. Okay, so that's the practice thus far. That's enough to be getting on with, really. So let's get back into the Wuju standing posture. Oh, first, actually, just one thing it'd be nice to add in, I suppose, at this point, would be to dissipate any perverse chi we may have freed, if you like, in the practice today. And we take the backs of our palms together, backs of the palms in front of the dantian, and we use our out breath with our mouth open, and we blow out any perverse chi, and then we collect good chi, bring it back into the dantian, and then we put our backs of our palms together, breathe out any negative chi or perverse chi, good chi through our nose, out of our mouth the last time, good chi, there we go, okay. And hands on the dantian. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to do the Wuji standing posture now. So remember, relaxed ankles, soft knees, pelvis tilted in a little bit, elongated spine, Bahway connected to heaven, connected to the sky, and buttocks clenched and then relaxed, pelvic floor clenched and then relaxed, tongue at the roof of the mouth at all times, breathing through the nose if that's comfortable for you. Eggs underneath our arms, soft palms, chin back. Look without looking. I didn't say that before. If you cannot focus on anything in particular when you do this posture, just look without looking. Rest the eyes, okay? Okay, and then we do, I don't know if you can see me, we put our knees together and then knees apart, and then elbows together and elbows apart, and then shoulders together and shoulders apart. And if you can, just bring your abdo muscles in slightly to breathe out, and let it all fill in with good chi and energy when you relax your muscles. And just stand there. Now what you can do, just so you know, is you can actually do this posture, okay, and you could stand there for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and that in itself would be a Qigong meditation, to be in correct postural alignment with all the 9 gates opening and regulating your nervous system. So that's it today. Let's gong out. Hegu, remember the point here, we're going to gong out. So it's on the side, little finger, roll back onto the little fingers, hands on top of each other with our thumbs in front of the dantian. And then what we're going to do is, if you could just take your left arm, very gently form a fist, loose fist. Don't hyperextend, okay, just nice and relaxed. And then take your right, just give it a cuddle, take it towards the heart, don't touch the body, pack down the chi. And then a little step back and a little bow and appreciation for the tradition. Great. And thank you for your participation, and thank you for your service.